I'd like to call this meeting to order of the February 25th RPC. I need the roll call, please.
Yes, good morning. Patrick Brown. Mayor Fruling-Bogus.
Yeah, I was here. Sorry. Here.
Okay. Darlene Tuttle. Mayor Smith. Mayor Marlin.
Present.
Mary Alice Wu.
Here.
Paul Patterson. Jim Goss.
Here.
Tom Bruno. Bettina Wilcher.
Here.
Kelly Blandon. And Mayor Finan.
I am also here.
Thank
Need
you.
a motion to approve the agenda, please.
So moved, Wilcher.
Is there a second?
Second, Mary Alice Wu.
Okay, is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Oh no, we have to do roll call.
call.
We're on Zoom. I'm used to being back in person. Roll call, please.
Yes, Patrick Brown.
Yeah, I'm mute. Sorry. Yes.
Mayor Fruling-Bogus.
Yes.
Darlene Tuttle.
Yes.
Mayor Smith.
Yes.
Mayor Marlin.
Yes.
Mary Alice Wu.
Yes.
Paul Patterson. Jim Goss.
Yes.
Tom Bruno. Bettina Wilcher.
Yes.
Kelly Blandon. And Mayor Marlin.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. So the agenda is approved. Do we have any audience participation? I don't think we have any audience that is on with us. We have draft minutes from the RPC November 19th meeting. I need a motion to approve those, please.
So moved, Goss.
Second, Marlin.
Is there any discussion? All right, please call the roll.
Patrick Brown. Mayor Fruling-Bogus.
Yes.
Yes.
Darlene Tuttle.
Yes.
Mayor Smith.
Yes.
Mayor Marlin.
Yes.
Mary Alice Wu.
Yes.
Paul Patterson. Jim Goss.
Yes.
Tom Bruno. Bettina Wilcher.
Yes.
Kelly Blandon. And Mayor Finan.
Yes.
Thank you.
Those are approved. We have the consolidated financial reports, and Betty is not here. Yep, Chris is going to do it.
Good morning. So you had distributed in your packets of information consolidated financial reports for November and December of 21 and January of 22. There's a bit of fluctuation among these 3 months, and that is due to receipt of federal funding for the Emergency Rental Assistance Program, and then the later disbursement of those funds as quickly as we could get those out to clients in our community. We do very much remain in a secure financial position, I will say, ending at the end of January with 13.7 million in fund balance. That's everything I have on that.
Okay, I need a motion to approve November, December, and January.
So moved, Darlene.
Is there a second?
Second, Wilcher.
That's great. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by, oh no, please call the roll.
Patrick Brown.
Yes.
Mayor Fruling-Bogus.
Yes.
Darlene Tuttle.
Yes.
Mayor Smith. Mayor Marlin.
Yes.
Mary Alice Wu.
Yes.
Paul Patterson. Jim Goss.
Yes.
Tom Bruno. Tina Wilcher.
Yes.
Kelly Blandon.
Yes.
And Mayor Finan.
Yes.
Thank you.
Those are all approved. We have the list of bills. Chris, are you going to handle those too?
Yes, certainly. You had many, many pages of list of bills for 3 months distributed November, December, and January. And if you had an opportunity to flip through those, you would see again that a number of pages are dedicated to payments to our community members for the Emergency Rental Assistance Program and other rental assistance programs that we have running at high speed currently. Other than that, the expenditures are very routine and the kinds of things that keep us afloat in business every day.
That's great. And I would note that Councilmember Bruno is now present as well. Are there any questions for Chris? Need a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second, Darlene.
All right. Any further discussion? All those in favor say, oh no, please call the roll.
Patrick Brown,
Yes.
Mayor Bogus,
Yes.
Darlene Clifford,
Yes.
Mayor Smith,
Yes.
Mayor Marlin,
Yes.
Mary Alice Wu,
Yes.
Carl Patterson, Jim Goss,
Yes.
Tom Bruno,
Yes.
Tina Wilcher,
Yes.
Kelly Blandon,
Yes.
and Mayor Finan. Thank you.
Yes, it is approved. Brandy, we have a Head Start item.
Good morning. I am seeking support to request carryover of unobligated funds in the Early Head Start Expansion Grant. Due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic and a decrease in qualified applicants, our program has been challenged to fill 12 vacancies across our program for the 2021-22 grant year. All our teacher and teacher aide positions within the Early Head Start Expansion classrooms. Management has worked diligently with the Human Resources Department to fill the vacancies through creative advertising, collaborations with local colleges, community events, parent outreach, and public and social media. Since we have not been able to obligate these or fill these vacancies, we will have an estimated, and actually this number instead of 300,000 is 250,000 in the personnel and fringe benefits line items. Due to the lease ending in June 2023 for the Champaign Center on Neal Street, the rearrangement of classrooms at the West Champaign Center will be necessary for program operations. The program plans to move 5 of our Early Head Start expansion classrooms from the West Champaign facility and into a new facility that we will identify and prepare space for those classrooms. The transfer of these classrooms will balance enrollment between the West Champaign Center and the new facility, offering families with continuous education and support in the Champaign area. Internally, management will rebudget those unobligated funds from the personnel and fringe benefits line items into the building maintenance and repair and supplies. We're also asking for a waiver of the non-federal share for this amendment, which we received approval in 2021 and 2022 continuation grant years.
Okay. Are there any questions for Brandy? Seeing none, I need a motion to approve.
So moved, Wilcher.
Is there a second?
Seconded by Bruno.
All right. There was no questions. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Patrick Brown,
Yes.
Mayor Bogus,
Yes.
Darlene Clifford,
Yes.
Mayor Smith,
Yes.
Mayor Marlin,
Yes.
Mary Alice Wu,
Yes.
Carl Patterson, Jim Goss,
Yes.
Tom Bruno,
Yes.
Tina Wilcher,
Yes.
Kelly Blandon,
Yes.
and Mayor Finan. Thank you.
Yes, you have approval. We have Ashley on the Home American Rescue Plan.
Hello, I'm Ashley McLaughlin. I'm Planning Manager for the Planning and Community Development Division.
I'm here on behalf of Rita Black to request approval of a subgrantee agreement to create an allocation plan for the home ARP program. The agreement is attached to your memo, and page 2 of the agreement actually bullets all of the work that will be involved in that agreement, in that contract. It can be summarized as essentially our CCRPC staff would be working with the consortium to help them identify unmet housing needs in the area and gaps in existing housing services, so that then the consortium can identify how they want to invest their ARP allocation of $2.9 million. That's really all I have. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Are there any questions? Seeing none, do we have a motion?
So moved. Marlin.
Is there a second?
Second, Darlene.
All right, then please call the roll.
Kevin Stern,
Yes.
Mayor Coogan Bogus,
Yes.
Darlene Tuffle,
Yes.
Yes.
Marlin,
Yes.
Mary Alice Wu,
Yes.
Carl Patterson, Jim Boss,
Yes.
Tom Bruno,
Yes.
Tina Wilcher,
Yes.
Kelly Blandon,
Yes.
and Mayor Finan.
Yes, it is approved. Brandy, we're back to you on all things Head Start.
Thank you, Mayor Marlin. Hold on just a moment. I've lost my notes here. Okay, in your board packet, you should have received the October, November, and December management reports. And I wanted to share a few of those highlights for you today. In November, our team purchased these pre-work screen apps to assist the Human Resources Department with collecting and monitoring the COVID-19 vaccinations and testing for the Early Childhood Division. At this time, 82% of our employees are fully vaccinated, and the remaining have exemptions and receive COVID-19 testing weekly. In December, 2 of our managers attended the Winter Gala for the CU Autism Network, which featured Temple Grandin, who is an American scientist, animal behavioralist, and author and speaker on both autism and animal behavior. Our managers were honored with an invite to have dinner with her and the CU Autism Network team. Both managers shared it was a great experience. Even though COVID-19 still invades our centers, our team takes preventive measures to provide developmental therapy for children with special needs, dental exams and cleanings, and hearing and vision screenings with support of our partners in early intervention, Smile Healthy, and the Champaign-Urbana Public Health District. The Early Childhood Division continues to work through strategic planning on future programming and services. Surveys have been sent out recently to our staff and families for their input of how services were received this past year and how we can better serve and support our families and team in our community. As outlined in our reports, our program is still not at full enrollment, and 5 out of 40 classrooms are closed due to staffing vacancies. As of February 7th, we have enrolled 503 children and pregnant women, which is really maintaining a 76%, which is 76% of the funded enrollment. And that's been, 76 has been pretty much the standard since October. Currently, we have 196 children on the wait list, but a majority of the families are over income, unfortunately. And hopefully, at the federal level, the income levels will hopefully change in the upcoming year. Our team continues to strategize and implement new recruitment activities with the Human Resources Department in hopes of filling all vacancies. For today, that concludes my report this morning. I'm open to any questions.
Do we have any questions for Brandy? Okay. We've got an open mic, but I don't know if that's a question or just an open mic. Doesn't look like there's actually a question. Okay. So we have Head Start management reports, financials, and service area reports for July, November, and December. Need a motion to approve.
So moved. Wiltshire.
Is there a second?
Second, Tammy Fruling Bogus.
All right. Any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Patrick Brown, Mayor Fruling Bogus,
Yes.
Darlene Klippel,
Yes.
Mayor Smith,
Yes.
Mayor Marlin, Mayor Yasfu,
Yes.
Jim Goss,
Yes.
Tom Bruno,
Yes.
Tina Wiltshire,
Yes.
Kelly Brandon,
Yes.
and Mayor Finan.
Yes.
Ted
Motion.
Brown is a yes, sorry.
Thank you.
Motion carries. We're now on to program division updates. Chris Ward, are you going to do Betty's?
I sure am. So I do want to share that we have been informed by the county auditor's office that we should be seeing the fiscal year 20 county audit within the next couple of weeks. So that's good news. We actually had 4 major federal programs audited with the single audit section for fiscal year 20, and those included our workforce development grant, the community services block grant, CSBG, rural transportation grants, and Head Start. So I do want to profoundly thank the grant specialists that we have that work on these programs all year long, and then more intensely during audit periods to get the results that we have, which is, no RPC findings. So we're excited about that. We will be going right into the fiscal year 21 audit with the new county auditors, outside auditors of Clifton Larson Allen. So as we catch up here in time, we're just kind of rolling from one into the other. I also wanted to touch base on the Munis ERP system that all staff are immersed in, transitioning to, working on all the procedures in conjunction with the auditor's office and admin services. This is very much a joint effort. We're making very good progress in learning the ins and outs and the benefits of the new system. As we go through some of the challenges, it's always a fun process to make such a big change, but it's been very interesting, I will say. And I feel like we're going to have perhaps more detailed reports if we need them, and a quicker turnaround time for that type of thing, which is going to be exciting. So thank you.
Thank you. We have Becky with personnel.
Good morning, everyone. For those of you who stayed up late to watch the Illini men's basketball game, I'm going to make today's presentation brief. The human resources report included in our packet today represent personnel transactions from November 10th, 2021 to February 5th, 2022. RPC currently has 361 active employees, which includes 68 work experience participants. The Human Resources Department has been focused on several staffing strategies, of course, to attract, motivate, and retain qualified staff amongst the challenges presented by COVID-19, and perhaps this thing that we're all calling the Great Resignation. Not so much great about it, right? The management team is working strategically to fill 48 open positions as soon as possible. Our team is constantly developing our recruitment strategies by connecting with local colleges, high schools, youth employment programs, churches, and partnering with minority and veteran organizations. If any of you have been to the movie theaters, we have also posted recruitment ads at the movie theaters. Several of our vacancies, as Brandy mentioned, are teaching positions with the Head Start program, and we are seeking to hire several case management positions for community services. We are also recruiting for the planning and community developments, technical positions, and we plan to fill a director of data and technology as soon as possible. Our HR team, along with our division director teams, have applicants and background check processes and have set a goal to reduce our vacancies by 42% over the next 60 days. This is a tall order, but more than anything, we're doing everything we can to get people in positions. Finally, our management team continues to focus on diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives. Our Employee Cultural Competency Committee recently promoted and supported Black History Month as well as the Chinese New Year. We are in the process of securing proposals from several consultants to assisting with a workforce readiness assessment, identifying training gaps and opportunities for improvement and growth, develop training and initiatives for unconscious bias, culture, norms, multicultural and multi-generational workforce, harassment, civility, inclusivity, and branding with the goal of keeping and valuing RPC employees. Additionally, we completed LGBTQ training with the staff in the fall of 2021 and will begin working on our comprehensive affirmative action plan for 2022 this spring. Finally, again, we announced this week that we will be hosting our annual employee recognition program for the RPC. The Employees Recognition Program will be held on April 27th, where we will recognize the remarkable work accomplished by our team and honor employees with milestone years of service. So a lot of things happening here in the HR department and the RPC, and I'd be happy to answer any questions today.
Are there any questions for Becky? All right, thank you. I just lost my place. I'm not sure who is next. Let's see. It looks like Lisa.
Good morning. All right, so some highlights with community services. As Chris Ward had noted, our community service block grant was part of the county audit. In addition to that, we've had a variety of other monitorings in the program side, both our community services block grant for 2021, also the CARES grant, our senior repair program, weatherization, LIHEAP, and we're doing quite well on our monitoring. So it really highlights we are monitored throughout the year on top of the work that we're doing. And it's a heavy lift oftentimes going through all the monitoring that we do. The Emergency Rent Assistance Program, the Department of Treasury federal funding that we received, we are continuing to do that work. It is beginning to wind down. We anticipate that we will fully spend all of the funds that we've been provided with the current applications that we've received. We did close those applications on February 7th, and we're continuing to work through the finalization of the assistance. I'm very happy to report with that program, we hired an additional 7 staff, and those were temporary positions. They came into those positions knowing that they were temporary, but we did have a goal to be able to maintain or move them into, or to exit them in a good fashion. And I'm very happy to report that that will be the case. We have at least 3 of those positions that are currently transitioning and are remaining with us part-time. 2 of them will remain within RPC. 2 other individuals moved on to employment, 1 in the county and 1 outside of RPC and the county, but maintained full-time employment. So I anticipate that all of the staff, as we wind down this program, will actually be continue in employment, which I think I'm just very happy to say that we're able to do that. So yes, the Emergency Rent Assistance Program's been quite large for quite some time, and we've accomplished a lot with that program. Water assistance, we launched water assistance, wastewater assistance in late December. To date, we've served a little over 75 unduplicated households already. and allocated nearly $50,000 in water assistance. So that's continuing at this point, but that's just an update where that stands right now. We've also focused efforts related to community service and support, refining our call menu at the RPC. We know that that's something that's just something that we're going to have to continue to massage, and we do that and we evaluate it and update it. We've also incorporated additional live customer support interactions. So with a position or positions that have a part that really live answer calls or have a way to interact with customers that are seeking assistance. And the last thing that I wanted to highlight was some energy efficiency partnerships that we have been working on. In late 2021, we did a mobile home pilot project with Ameren and the Future Energy Enterprise Company. We, in about 3 months, served 20 households and did some energy upgrades in the mobile homes. And that actually it was a pilot program. And then there was a project submitted to Ameren for a 2022 project. And we are happy to report that we will be a part of that project, and it was selected. So in 2022, we'll have a larger mobile home pilot, not a pilot, but a project. So we're working on the planning and launch of that program as we speak. And we also met early this week. We finally are moving forward in a healthy home initiative. This is something that was identified probably over 2 years ago, but the pandemic derailed it. It is a partnership with Carl's Healthy Beginnings Program, the U of I Indoor Climate Research and Training Center, and the RPC, where we will do healthy home evaluations for participants and do some weatherization and healthy home upgrades. So lots going on, but I think a lot of really good things. So any questions that you have related to this or anything else, community services, I am happy to try to answer those.
Questions for Brandy? All right, we're on to Ashley, I think, for Rita.
I actually don't have a report from Rita. I don't know if Delizzo has any summary comments, but sorry to say I'll have to pass on that.
That's fine. Justin, we've got Delizzo next, so he can add it to his report if there is anything. Justin, do you have anything for workforce development?
Yep, 3 things real quick. Good morning, everybody. The first thing is the state of Illinois wants to expand apprenticeships. The way that they want to do it is for every economic development region to have a navigator. The purpose of that navigator is to pull together a coalition of stakeholders to make it easier for employers and residents to access information about apprenticeships. RPC was awarded the navigator funds for our economic development region. It basically means they pull together Kankakee Community College, Parkland Community College, Danville Community College, some folks at the state, and we begin to put together a menu for businesses and residents about apprenticeships. So that's a good thing for our area. Secondly, Tracy Parsons reached out and we connected on the Community Gun Violence Reduction Blueprint. A lot of the things that are in there around youth development involve things like school achievement, income, poverty, connection to opportunities, feeling disconnected, needing more public services. The good news about those kind of challenges is that's what our youth programs do. So our workforce development programs serve youth to increase their income, to connect them to opportunities, to get them back to school and help them achieve, to give them a sense of hope, to provide a mentor. And so I'm going to continue to work with Tracy and engage the Community Coalition to figure out how RPC with workforce development initiatives can better support some of the things outlined in the blueprint. Lastly, just a highlight of this past month, as we all know, Afghanistan was going through some turmoil. Some of those refugees ended up coming here. And we worked with Afghan refugees over the past couple of weeks to provide them with workforce development services. This was really exciting for us because they had served the American military for several years, and then we're in a crisis, and they came over here without knowing the language, having a place to stay, really having adequate clothing, not having a job. And so we were able to work with a local employer and enroll them in our workforce development services. And we're pretty excited to work with them over the next 6 months. We'll do things like bring them ESL classes, bring on-site ESL training for safety and processes in the workplace, reimburse them for their transportation costs, help them to get steel-toe boots and uniforms. A lot of moving parts in that. We needed to find interpreters. I'll wrap this up real quick, but one of the interpreters we found was a Afghan refugee from 2017, and he's been here for a couple of years. He came over here in a similar situation, not knowing the language, not having transportation, not knowing how to connect to the community. That first year was a struggle, but with ESL classes and support, he went to Parkland, got a certificate. He now has a good job in a technology position. So he's our model that this is possible. If we're there to support folks in a tough situation, they can succeed over time. So pretty excited to help these guys, and it was exciting for us to try and tackle this project. That's all the updates. Thank you.
Thank you. Delitzo.
Thank you, Mayor, Commissioners. Good morning and Happy New Year, since this is our first meeting for 2022. Firstly, I want to thank Mayor Marlin for her service as chair last year, and looking forward to working with you, Mayor Finan, here in 2022. I just have probably 4 or 5 real quick things. First item is that in commemoration of our 55th year anniversary as the RPC, we will be issuing out a report chronicling all of the services and accomplishments of the organization over the last 55 years. Last December, our senior management team had a staff retreat, to essentially just assess where we are organizationally and plan for the future. We met, it was, I think, a very productive retreat where the division directors were able to not only provide successes of their divisions, but also identifying opportunities and challenges for us to address moving forward. To sort of tag along to Brandy's report, one of the items that we had to grapple with, and fortunately, in my capacity at the national level, we were able to advocate for the Office of Head Start to not require the Head Start grantees to meet 100% enrollment beginning January 1st. That would have essentially impacted not only our program, but other programs across the country because of the ongoing pandemic and the challenges of both recruiting teachers as well as enrolling children in the program. And so we were able to have a one-on-one meeting with the director of the Office of Head Start at the federal level and presented our case. And immediately following that meeting, the Office of Head Start was able to issue a policy direction to the grantees that requirement will not take effect January 1st, but that they will continue to monitor enrollment with all of their grantees. Last 2 items I have, we will be embarking on strategic planning for the whole of RPC, understanding that all the divisions have their own individual planning going on, but we do need an overall strategic plan for the Regional Planning Commission. Given a lot of the changes that we've been experiencing here in the last 2 years, but also it is a requirement of us through the Community Services Block Grant funding that Lisa Benson's division utilizes. And so we will be engaging the commissioners as well as the RPC staff as we develop this strategic plan. The last item, as you probably are aware, and I know the county executive is on the call, that the county is purchasing the building downtown. And that has also necessitated for us as RPC to take a comprehensive assessment of all of our space, not just here at Brookings, but all of our 14 locations that we have, given the fact that, we have some workers that are working virtually and may be able to continue to do so, or some sort of hybrid format. And we will be working with an architect firm locally to help us develop a facilities master plan for the Regional Planning Commission. And this will encompass everything from Head Start, workforce. All of our divisions will be part of that process. Those architects will engage our division directors to get their assessment of their needs in terms of space. And if there's going to be a need for us to consolidate any of the space, then hopefully that master plan will provide us the guidance to do so. And we'll present that final report to the commissioners as we make decisions related to RPC space needs. Again, not limited to Brookings, but overall. Mayor, that completes my report, and I'm happy to take any questions if commissioners have it.
Before we let you go, I mean, I know you're not really going. I did want to let the commissioners know that earlier this week, Delizzo received a letter from the comptroller's office stating that he has been identified as part of the Illinois Office of Illinois State Comptroller honorees for Black History Month. And so I would ask him to go ahead and send a copy of that letter out to the rest of the commissioners, and just wanted to congratulate you on that honor.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you so much.
So let me get back to my agenda because I pulled that up. Do we have any old business? Do we have any new business? I think I need a motion from Mayor Diane.
Thank you, Mayor. Mayor. We have a closed session today. We will now go into closed session. I move that we enter into closed session pursuant to 5 ILCS 120/2C1 to consider the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, or performance of specific employees of the Champaign County Regional Planning Commission. I further move that the following individuals remain present: all RPC commissioners, Delizzo Sulamoyo, Debbie Peterick, and Brandy Grants.
All right, do we have a second?
Second, Clucky.
Okay, and then Debbie, can you please call the roll?
Yes, Patrick Brown. Mayor Fruin Bogus.
Sorry.
Patrick said yes.
Okay. Darlene Couple.
Yes.
Mayor Smith.
Yes.
Mayor Marlin.
Yes.
I believe Mary Alice has left. Jim Voss.
Yes.
Tom Bruno.
Yes.
Tina Wiltshire.
Yes.
Kelly Blandon.
Yes.
And Mayor Finan.
Yes, so we are recessed into closed session, which will then be followed by adjournment. So do we need to change the recording or do anything? I don't know what RPC's practice is.
So the radio, they will leave, and then I will just record. I've been recording for the closed session.
Okay.